shaky ground. You had no hand to hold. Jesus said, no, I'll be there always, even until the end of the world. I'll be there for you. I'll never leave you. I'll never forsake you. No, 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 no.
The Lord is saying that the Exodus is a continual process, so that in the book of Exodus, that is in between Exodus chapter number 1 and Exodus chapter number 12, we found God getting Israel out of Egypt. The Exodus narrative was not about God delivering them from a place, but God delivering them from attitudes that existed within them that were to the detriment of their not just survival, but success. Because God does not just want you to survive the wilderness, he wants you to succeed in promise. God will not allow us to take Egypt's mentality into Canaan. And so what he does is he uses the wilderness to process attitudes out of us that would be harmful to us once we get into the place that he promised. One of the saddest stories is not that a generation died in the wilderness and did not make it to promise. The saddest commentary is that the attitude that did make it to Canaan couldn't stay because they had Egyptian attitudes. That's why Joshua, the man who was over millions of people, by the time you get to the end of his story in Joshua 24, he has lost influence with the nation, and he can only speak for his house. As for me and my house, we'll serve the Lord. Y'all have evidently chosen to worship the gods of Egypt. Sad that you made it but can't stay. I don't know what's worse, not to ever make it or to make it and can't stay. So God uses the wilderness to process things out of them. The dangerous thing about the wilderness, though, is if you don't allow God to process out of you what he's trying to process out of you, you will ultimately commit spiritual suicide. So it seems like to me there's some stuff that needs to be processed out if I'm going to make it